Under Wednesday's early morning downpour, the suspects arrived at the High Court premises where the Constitutional Court sat to rule on their petition. Immediately they emerged from the prison's bus, they were led to the court cells and held there briefly. Outside court, security was tightly manned by the anti-terrorism squad, assisted by prison's officers. Everyone accessing the courtroom was subjected to a thorough check. At about 11 a.m., the Constitutional Court judges, led by the Acting Chief Justice Stephen Kavuma, arrived to deliver their ruling. The suspects included 5 Kenyan nationals, 2 Tanzanians and 4 Ugandans. The petition was led by the 5 Kenyans who challenged the High Court's decision to try them in Uganda. The other allegations by the petitioners included ill treatment by intelligence officers from Kenya, Uganda, the US, UK and Tanzania. The suspects also contested the move by the Directorate of Public Prosecutions to use their confessions in the trial, saying that they had been extracted from them under duress. While delivering the ruling, the judges quashed their demands, saying the offense committed by the suspects was too grave and that releasing them poses a great security threat to the state and the general public.
That after a long period of time, we have finally got the go-ahead from the court to go ahead with the prosecution of the suspects who we think or who we allege are responsible for the bombings that took place here in 2010 in July. Very many people have been waiting with bated breath, I think, victims of those who were involved, those who lost, those that were dear to them. So the prosecution process certainly is one of those that will be necessary in addressing that injustice that happened.
I think it's a good judgment because they've evaluated the evidence. They have mentioned certain pertinent issues which are constitutional in nature, although by the end of the day we actually lost.
The court also cleared the Uganda police of allegations that they had a hand in the arrest of the suspects from Kenya and Tanzania, adding that the 2 countries voluntarily collaborated with Ugandan officials. It was, however, agreed upon by all the 5 judges that the High Court should address their complaints of illegal detention and torture.
This certainly is a great message, a very important message that law enforcement needs to take into consideration. However, we also think that it is time for us probably to think about the 48-hour rule seriously. I know that we know that in many jurisdictions the 48 or 24-hour rule is not as strict as within our constitution. In some constitutions, even within East Africa, you can go back to the court after the expiry of the period and ask for an extension of that time in justifiable circumstances. I think this sends a message that we need to think about closely as a nation. Should we leave the 48-hour rule?
Prosecution alleges that on July 11, 2010, the 11 and others still at large in Kampala unlawfully delivered and discharged explosives at Chadondo Rugby Grounds, an Ethiopian village in Kabalagala, leaving more than 70 people dead.